Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas SE. This model also features the technology package. It's finished off in pure gray, and MSRP is just over $45,000. Now there's a few different trim levels that you can get for this three-row SUV, so there's a lot more options than you will see today, but this is still a very nice option to go with. So this is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 269 horsepower at 273 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in the mid 7-second range, and as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 20 in the city and at 26 out on the highway. Now up front, there's a lot of chrome for this particular model. It's within the grille here, where there's also plenty of cutouts. Massive sensor for distance pacing. There's also parking sensors too. And the headlight housings are nicely integrated into the grille itself with this DRL strip that runs across the entire top section. There's also some brushed trim accents on both sides in the lower section as well, where there's another secondary grille to provide more cooling, and then very crisp lines that come down the hood. Now, this model also has a set of 20-inch wheels finished off in gloss black, and there's also the plastic cladding. So it's in the lower section of the bumper, it's on the fender arches, and the side skirts too. There's also the body-colored mirror caps with a turn signal, roof racks up top, no sunroof for this trim level. And there's very crisp lines that flow down the side to match nicely with up front. In back, there's the body-colored spoiler, along with a third brake light and a wiper blade. LEDs for all of the lighting. There's the backup camera, parking sensors, and then with the hitch, this is capable of towing up to 5,000 pounds. Now this also has remote start, so lock it, double tap this control on the left, and it will start up. You will notice that the exhaust tips are fake. Those are just trim accents on both sides, so it's tucked up underneath. Double tap on it again, that's how you can shut it off, and then you do have the release for the lift gate, or just use the control underneath, and that's how you can pop it up. Now this is a 3-row SUV, so the third row has a 50-50 split, as you can tell. You'll notice even with the third row up, look at how much space there is behind that seat. So very nice to see that. There is a spare tire underneath, and you have a little bit of storage where you can place some items, and then of course you have a lot more with the third row folded down. And it's very easy to do this, so I can fold this headrest down, grab this, and then when you have that second row adjusted properly and not reclined all the way, it will fold flat, of course, like this side. I think it's really nice that it is manual, so you don't have to worry about the automatic timing. You can fold them up and down very quickly. This also has proximity door handles, so just grab any of them to lock and unlock it. There's also the manual sunshades, beautiful wood trim, some soft touch materials with the white stitching, and then storage in the lower section. Now this also has captain's chairs with the adjustable armrests. They do recline and incline, and they slide forwards and backwards. Now 2 ways to get into that third row. If you're small enough, just walk through the middle, or grab this release here and push the seat forward. Now at 5'10", it's actually not that bad to hop into the back here. Your leg space will depend on where that second row is, and then I have about 1 inch or so of headroom. There's also a little bit of storage with some auxiliaries and a 12-volt, and then you have the large window there. So it is functional to have 2 people in that third row, and then just use that same control to release the seat and slide it back into its position. Now for the second row seating, you have plenty of leg space, as you would expect. There's storage pockets, vents, temperature controls, along with where you'd like the air to go, some auxiliaries down below. And then of course I have much more headspace with the reclining seat. It's comfortable. And you have some dome lights up top there too. And then up front, there's lock and unlock, window control, side mirror adjustments, the liftgate release, and then more storage down below, and then power operating front seats. And to start this up, that's located down below. This also has a leather steering wheel. There's paddle shifters on both sides. And then cruise control settings, volume, tuning, heated steering wheel, there's voice commands, and then the controls for the digital gauge cluster. So if I push on the left control and then up and down, this is how you can go through this information depending on what you would like to see. So if I click on average speed, you can pull that up within that screen, and then you have some more information on this left side. It's worth noting too, you can go into settings and control what you would like to see through that system. So as you can tell, everything that is checked is what we are seeing, unchecked is going to be hidden. And then you can also push on view, and this will change the background slightly just depending on if you would like to see some of this additional information, and you can still have info on the left and the right there. Now there's headlight controls, defrosters, 2 air vents. The wood trim works its way behind the infotainment system there. This is mainly a touchscreen system, but if you have your finger in the right spot, you can actually just point left or right and go through that, which is neat. I'm sure there's a few other hand signals that I haven't learned just yet to maybe go up and down and not just side to side, but that's neat to see. You also have a home button on that left side, or of course you can just use it as a touchscreen system. There's also a shortcut where you can push on these and you can get into the heated and ventilated seats along with all the climate adjustments, and you can even get into the rear climates as well. Now underneath that, there's the slider bars. So there's volume and temperature. It would be nice if these lit up at nighttime, but you can just feel for where they are to adjust them. Of course, it needs to be on for you to be able to swipe for the temperature there. So you can just swipe your finger and quickly do that, which is helpful. Now underneath that, there are shortcuts to the climate. So that's how you can pull up the climates quickly. You can also get into the different driving modes. There's also a shortcut for the camera along with parking sensors, and then the assistance for some of those tech features. There's air vents underneath that along with wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries. And then this is how you can put it into reverse for the camera system. And then there's also drive, sport mode, and park. There's an e-brake, cup holders, more storage with an auxiliary. There's a locking glove box, and then garage door buttons and dome lights. And then here's a look at visibility for a 3-row SUV. It's very easy to see all around. I've been driving this for a couple days and I really haven't had any blind spots. And still in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And that is an acceleration with pedal to the floor up to speed, where there's a slight delay in the paddles. It's not a performance-oriented vehicle, so that is to be expected, but they are there and they are functional if and when you would like to use them. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Volkswagen Atlas. Really good outlook from the driver's seat here. So you can easily see that passenger side. Like I mentioned, it's a smaller 3-row SUV. So it's very easy to place it and would just make for a comfortable daily driver. If you're not looking for a large vehicle, something that would better fit in a smaller garage, something like that, it's definitely a great option to go with. Driver placement is great. You have lots of storage, which is fantastic for this smaller size. So I've been able to fit a lot of items in here, and it would just make for a great daily. So if you're looking for a 3-row SUV where you're not going to spend a ton of money, 40 grand, 50 grand is still a lot of money. But in today's market, with 3-row SUVs getting up to the 6-figure mark for half the price, this is a fantastic option. You may not have some of the updated materials. There's some soft touch here, like I mentioned, but honestly, the wood trim, you have some piano black. It's just some nice soft touch leather. It's a nice option for the price. And its handling is pretty good too. I have been surprised with that. It's not a tall vehicle, so it can handle some of these turns with ease and just give you some confidence, along with having the all-wheel drive system, so you can drive it in the rain, some inclement weather, and have that extra grip. Especially if this is your only vehicle, you have that system to use when needed. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas SE. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.